And now, the general weather around Alaska.
Up first, we've got a flood advisory for the Anchor River, and that's out until 12:30 p.m. Thursday. And Anchor River down here in the southern Kenai Peninsula there, and it's out from the Sterling Highway to Ann Road for some minor flooding and maybe some water over a little bit of water over the roadways like is shown in this photo right there. And again, that's out until 12:30 Thursday afternoon. Otherwise, satellite imagery showing some clouds here shifting northward, kind of broken through the interior here. A big mass of clouds with the next storm down, pushing up, spreading cirrus up into southern Alaska this afternoon, and band here northeast Bristol Bay up into the Copper River Basin. Then some heavier clouds here coming up, just making landfall on the eastern coast and off the coast of the Panhandle there. Rain already occurring Kodiak Island and the low center farther down to the south. And out to the west, you can see a band of clouds there with the system out that way, beginning to build and push up toward the Aleutians, which will bring wind and rain in later tonight and tomorrow into that area. And a weak low pressure area here drifting westward toward the Pribilof Islands. On the chart, there's that low right there. Cold enough air out here for mostly snow and snow showers there for the Pribilof Islands, with colder temperatures and some flurries and light snow all the way up to St. Lawrence Island. Scattered rain and snow showers there for the Alaska Peninsula, and isolated to scattered over the central Aleutians with dry conditions back to the west. You can see that system just coming onto the chart there to the southwest, and a weak trough here along the North Gulf Coast, keeping some rain and snow showers going here all the way into the southeast coast today. General area of light snow from all the eastern Arctic coast north slope down into the northwest interior there. And for tonight, this system comes northward, low pressure by about 3 in the morning, comes up to just southeast of Kodiak Island. That's going to spread gale force winds into the North Gulf Coast. There'll be storm warnings coming into the Gulf of Alaska ahead of this front to the west. Gale warnings and heavy rain developing for the southeast coast there. Otherwise, just some isolated, widely scattered snow showers over the western interior. And this low starting to pull back to the northwest a little bit there, but a trough will bring some light snow to the Yukon Delta coast. Look for an increase in the winds and rain coming into the west central Aleutians, and then that will spread eastward here across the eastern Aleutians, possibly reaching Falls Pass, the light rain there by afternoon, but definitely wet conditions from the extreme western Alaska Peninsula back to Kiska Island. And this low now sitting in the Gulf of Alaska, so that's going to pull moisture in across south central Alaska. So sit in the valley, look for rain and snow, and rain along the coastline here from Resurrection Bay eastward, again Cordova, mixture of precipitation, Prince William Sound, and pretty good winds, gusts 50 miles an hour or so here for the north coast of the Panhandle, with gale warnings there, and rain heavy at times over the entire area. Not too bad up here in the interior, pretty quiet by comparison, dry conditions and some clearing. And then for the day on Friday, really doesn't change much up here over the northern interior, although we'll see some clouds increase into the Tanana Valley, but not much precipitation, if any at all, will get across the Alaska Range, everything staying to the south. Front moving northward, weakening, so look for some areas of rain and snow here across south central Alaska, North Gulf Coast. Light rain to the Panhandle as that front drags down into that area and kind of stalls. You can see the next system here coming northward, but there'll be a break for Kodiak Island. Light winds, maybe some sunshine during the day there, but low pressure here over the Bering Sea. Pretty good winds here along the southwest coast with rain for the Pribilofs up into the Nunivak Island area, mixing with, becoming mixed here over the Yukon Delta. And looks like snow for the Seward Peninsula and Norton Sound areas here back to St. Lawrence Island, and then showers again for the Aleutians. And the lows tonight, 15 to 25 below for the Arctic coast and North Slope. Otherwise, single numbers here in the interior, and lows in the 20s and lower 30s. Southern Alaska, upper 30s, Homer down to Kodiak, and mid 30s to mid 40s for the southeast coast, upper 20s for the Aleutians. And for the highs tomorrow, 0 to 10, or actually above 0 in the Brooks Range, and below 0 for the North Slope and Arctic coast, teens and 20s in the interior, and 30s to lower 40s for southern Alaska, except the Panhandle, pushing 50 in some areas, and 30s out here to the west in the Aleutians. And for the high, or for the lows on Friday morning, looking at anywhere from 10 to 20 below north of the Brooks Range, south of the mountains there, staying above 0 for the most part, 5 to 15 for the lows, upper 20s to lower 30s here, south central Alaska, mid 30s Kodiak Island, upper 30s the Alaska Peninsula, and the southeast coast, mid 30s to lower 40s. That'll be followed by highs mostly in the lower to mid 40s for the Panhandle, as well as Kodiak Island, Middleton Island, and Homer, with highs in the mid 30s elsewhere over south central Alaska, mid 20s in the Copper River Basin. Mild, especially this time of year, 15 to 25 in the central interior, and 0 to 5 below for the highs along the Arctic coast.